Donald Trump has successfully harnessed Facebook and Twitter to promote his political platform, and is sometimes criticized for posting or resharing what some people consider to be racist or sexist messages. As social networks increasingly become the de facto space for public discourse, they must grapple with issues of free speech. Welcome to the 29th Floor. I'm Anjali Malani, and I'm here with Fast Company's senior editor Marcus Barham to discuss the question, should Facebook censor Trump? So we performed a little experiment here on the 29th Floor using Facebook. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, we tested Facebook's policy on hate speech. So we took the post from Donald Trump in which he shared his video calling for the ban on Muslims. I shared it with my Facebook friends with a brief comment, keep them out. Within 24 hours, Facebook sent me a notification saying that they had taken down my post.
Right, because I and another colleague of ours had reported you, and we did the same thing to someone else here. So I don't know how I feel about the fact that, Donald Trump's post got to stay up and ours didn't. Facebook bent its own rules. How is that okay?
I mean, I agree, actually, with the decision. The more I think about it, because I think that they have it both ways in a good way. Basically, because Donald Trump is running for president, he's a public figure, and you want to educate the voting public, they're making the public aware of his stance. But at the same time, by having the other policy where my post got bounced, they're not allowing it to be shared, and like a mob of people and Trump supporters to kind of swarm Facebook with this hateful message. They strike a nice balance.
If they want to decide that those people get to say things that I don't because it's in the interest of political discourse or whatever, then they need to make that really clear in their rules. And right now, one of my major problems with the situation is Facebook is getting to pick and choose who gets to be heard and who doesn't. One of the beauties of social media, one of the reasons I love social media is it allows anybody to bypass the media, bypass the government, and say anything they want and to express their beliefs, whether or not I agree with them. So I don't know if I feel comfortable with Facebook deciding that some people are important and special enough to get to say those things and other people can't.
So where do you draw the line then? Because look at Twitter and how ISIS is using Twitter to recruit and to spread their ideology, and it's scary because it used to be that the only way for these places to really promote themselves was through pamphlets maybe through a website. Now through social media they can reach an audience of hundreds of millions with a click.
Twitter's policy on that kind of propaganda and violent speech is pretty clear, and they have been taking a lot of that stuff down, and if anything, they're not even able to keep up with all of it. They have a policy and they're trying to be consistent with it, at least on that front.
That's the problem, I think, is it's almost like once the horse is out of the barn, they're trying desperately to do what they can, and it's really hard to keep up.
You're gonna have a platform, you're gonna have a business, you're responsible for it, you're responsible for having policies, and you're responsible for implementing those policies. That's your contract with the user.
Yeah, that's true.
You and I are journalists. I don't think you and I are in favor of censorship in any form, on any platform. We believe in free speech. We value it deeply. I don't think that Facebook should censor Trump, but I do have a really big problem with Facebook deciding that Donald Trump can be heard and I can't.
As long as there's strict guidelines about what they're doing, free speech needs to be valued.
Thanks for this good discussion, Marcus. We want to know what you think. Should Facebook censor Trump? Let us know using the hashtag 29th Floor.